I've been on a long quest to try and find an ideal secondary monitor for my laptop setup. I've tried plenty, and this time I'm checking out a new-to-me brand, and that's Dell. In this review, I'm going to try out the mid-range, mid-price 27-inch Dell S2721-QS 4K computer monitor. I'll use it as my daily work monitor for a few weeks and take a look at what it's like for editing videos and photos, writing, and just general day-to-day work like emails. I'll wrap things up with both the pros and the cons and let you know what I think about this monitor and if it might be right for you. The Dell S2721-QS 27-inch 4K monitor is a minimalistic monitor with a single foot stand that allows you to adjust the height, swivel, and tilt to your liking. You can also rotate the display to portrait mode, which is nice for viewing web pages or editing documents, but unfortunately, if you want to do that, you'll need an aftermarket monitor arm since the stand it comes with isn't tall enough to support this on its own, which seems like kind of a major oversight. The adjustable height is actually fairly uncommon in monitors, but it's important to me since I like to stack my screens. Now, though the height is adjustable, I did still need more height, so I ended up setting the monitor on a box. But if you have that monitor arm, like I said, you can get a nicer look since the stand also uses a standard VESA mount. The back is made up of textured plastic and has an oval-shaped hole, allowing you to run your cables through for a slightly cleaner setup. The small bezels on front are thin overall, with the bottom bezel being a bit thicker like most monitors these days. No matter, the focus is still squarely on the screen. Speaking of the screen, I paired my monitor with my Apple MacBook Pro, so I used the included HDMI cable to connect the two. This monitor does have two HDMI 2.0 ports in the back, allowing you to plug in a second computer like a laptop or a gaming console if you want easy switching. If you have a full-size DisplayPort cable, you can plug it into the monitor's display port instead. And finally, the monitor has a Kensington security lock slot, which is useful if you'll use this as a kiosk. Depending on your setup and if you've used a monitor before, you may need to make some adjustments to get things to line up the way you want them, and you may also want to adjust the zoom or text size too. Once I had everything just right, I found the text and the visuals look sharp while still offering plenty of screen real estate for multitasking. The monitor uses IPS or in-plane switching, which as far as you're concerned just means you're going to get better viewing angles if you're looking at it from off to the side. A matte coating also helps reduce screen reflections as well, and yes, it's reduce, not eliminate, as you can see here when I point a flashlight at the screen. That matte screen combined with a high pixel density means this Dell monitor is a good monitor for working on documents and spreadsheets, and since I spend a couple days each week writing, I did find that the monitor was easy to read, sharp, and didn't seem to fatigue my eyes. I did opt, though, to turn the brightness level up to about 90%, and even then, it's not what I would call overly bright. Now, it's going to work fine for the space that I'm in here, but anyone working in an incredibly bright room with competing sunlight might want to think about whether this monitor is going to serve them or not, because brightness maxes out at about 350 nits, which is standard for an office monitor at this price point. When it comes to multimedia, this monitor is pretty good for me with decent color accuracy. Now, you designers and photographers out there, though, might not find this is at quite the levels you'd need, but I think for your average home user or work from home type, this would be more than adequate enough. Watching 4K videos is also a nice treat. The video is crisp, sharp, and lifelike, so if you spend a lot of time working with video, it's pretty good, though I would say if you're editing and you're specializing, the color accuracy isn't great. This monitor also features built-in 3-watt stereo speakers. The sound is abysmal, to put it nicely. Videos each month, and to purchase devices I otherwise can't get, so I can do even more review content. It's tinny, hollow, and one-dimensional, and would really only be good in a pinch if you don't have any other audio option. I'd recommend instead you use the built-in audio line out, which allows you to plug in external speakers or wired headphones. Overall, if you don't have major needs for extreme color accuracy and you're not a designer or photographer, this Dell is a good mid-range monitor choice. Let's go over both the pros and the cons of it so you can see if it might be right for you. On the pro side, it's a 4K monitor, which allows for better sharpness and detail while working. I find the 27-inch size is actually a really good balance of larger screen while not swamping my small desk like a 32-inch monitor often can. I like the low glare coating, and the side viewing angles definitely make make collaboration more comfortable. Plus, with a stand that adjusts in all kinds of directions and a monitor you can even use vertically, you do have options for finding the most comfortable workspace. So what are the potential downsides? Some of you out there might be looking for even more adjustability in the stand, or maybe a larger size or something curved for gaming. And of course, those can be had if you just choose a different Dell monitor. And if you're in the visual arts world, though, this is probably not the monitor that's going to be able to deliver enough sharpness, color, and detail for you professionals. I think if I had a direct line to Dell's engineers, I'd ask them to give me another 6 inches of height on the monitor stand so that it could be used in more vertical applications like I have here. And with terrible sounding speakers and a stand that doesn't allow you to use it in portrait mode, there are definitely some cons that may hold you back. But for now, this Dell 4K monitor costs around $280, which is about $100 more than the Korui 4K monitor I reviewed last year and really liked for its price. But if you prefer a far superior and more adjustable stand and those built-in speakers, this Dell monitor may actually be worth the extra cost for you. In short, I've been really happy with this monitor, and I think it could be really good for a work-from-home solution that will bring you more screen real estate, and I can absolutely recommend it for you. If you're not sure about this one though, and you want to see what you can get by spending a lot more on a computer monitor, check out my review of the Samsung M8 or see what spending a lot less can get you right now.